Hello, welcome to the show. Got my memory chip here. Today we're working on some cars. Over here we have a black one, Continental or something, I'm not sure. We have some parts back here.
Hey, wait a minute. Who the heck are you? What the heck? This is different. This is a memory card and there's nothing even on it. Get out of here. You're too clean.
What?
You don't even look like me. All right, anyways, welcome to the show. This week's going to be a little different. We're working on new stuff. You'll see. I think that was my doppelganger or something. Okay, so like I said, I don't know who that freak was in the beginning. Anyways, memory card, as we see. Okay, so today it's going to be a little different. Like I said, I'm going to do a tutorial on this thing. Getting rust repair panels I got online, putting them in for this customer, and the whole process of putting them in, cutting everything out, putting it in, lining it up. Well, I don't really show you lining it up. Well, kind of. But anyways, doing all the body work from start to finish, all the way up to paint. That's what we're going to do. What else was I saying? Hold on. I need to read my writing. What the heck? I go through steps. Okay, I already said that. Okay, ready for paint. Okay, so you won't see me paint in this video. It's just getting it ready to paint, okay? All right. So as I was saying, we're doing something different this week. I'm going to do lowers on this. I'm going to cut the bottom of this off, put a new piece in, and the bottom right here. Right there. I'm going to cut the bottom of this, the quarter panels off. Then we have the new pieces over there. Those. So I'll paint those on the inside, clean those up, get those ready. So a little bit of different. Not as, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if you like it, I don't know. I'm just gonna go over it and show you how to do the body work, how to put the piece in, what I do, how I do it. All right, that's all. That's what we're doing this week. Okay, so I've taken the taillights out. I gotta take the bumper off. And I'm gonna take off the running boards right there. Those things. Take those off. This would be a lot easier with somebody else helping me. It's already a huge stress there. Oh, frickin' A, come on. I really need help taking this off. And I have a feeling this is going to be heavy. Yeah. I think I'm gonna need help putting that back on. It's pretty freaking heavy. It's pretty heavy. In the front. Okay, here's that front corner. Somebody's already fixed it once. I was just hitting it to see what we have available. The back one, I've already put a hole in it. Yeah, somebody's already tried to fix this one too. I see the putty on it. Somebody tried to do a quick little repair on there. Someone did. Somebody just put Bondo on it. They probably put Bondo on it and then sold the car. Bet you that's what they did because they painted the whole thing. This whole thing's been painted. So bet you that's what they did. But this is rusting from the inside out because it's all this freaking dirt. Frickin', I said it again. There it is. All right, that's one off. I'm gonna take the other one off right now. Another panel. So that panel goes up to here, this line. I scribed it, I think you can see it. So I'm gonna cut, usually I don't use the whole panel, but in this case I have to. So I'm gonna go just below that line, cut that off. Open my door so I don't hit my door. Get the rubber out of the way. So I always like to have a little bit more. I'll show you. Probably should have gloves on. I love this foam. Oh, I love this foam. Hate it. Stupid foam. Holds the water like a sponge. Whatever. Probably why they rust out. So I like to cut my skin off, and then I'll take the rest of this off. Take my clips out of here. I need a screwdriver. Those clips off. Another one there. Well, that went somewhere. Not sure where that went. Have to find that now. Now I gotta grind all the spot welds up. All these little spot welds on the side. Cut those off and peel the edges off. Just find a spot weld, it's gonna grind them out a little. So that's a spot weld on the side there. That's the panel I just cut off. So the spot welds are on the side. I just grind them down with this till I get to the next piece of metal, or a little bit. So you just grind them off enough so it's thin there, so when you take this off, use a hammer and chisel, it comes off easy. At least go till the paint's gone, you know what I mean? The other layer of paint. I'm gonna cut this off. Panel goes up to here. I may use that much of it, or I might cut it here and go down. Not sure yet. So be careful when you cut through these things. So you're not cutting all the way with this the whole deep part. You're just going just to here. Just this sheet metal. It's all you're cutting off. You don't want to cut through everything. You know what I mean? And there could be wires behind here. I don't know. I know there's none in this. I know that. They've done a few. Just a little bit. Just cut. You don't want to cut through this piece here, the inside piece. You don't want to cut through that. You just want to shave this off. That's pretty rusty under there. That's pretty rusty and dirty and yucky, and so I'll sandblast all that, clean that all up. See, then you can just peel this right down and off. So you might be wondering why grind that off? Why not just hammer it off? Why grind all those little spot welds out? It makes the metal thinner so that this just peels right off of this without damaging that piece, okay? It just makes it easier. Nicer job. Okay, this is the other side of the truck. Okay, so I've done a slice across, slice that down, slice the edge of it off, and I do that because once you do that, it just falls right down. So, I may not have, you may have missed this in some other episodes. Hold on. My hand's in the way of the camera here. So this tool, bought it at Harbor Freight, $15. I use it all the time. Same thing with the discs. You can see that. Hold on. Buy those at Harbor Freight. Fit this tool great. That's what I use. I cut off all this stuff. You don't need to buy that expensive stuff. Oh, I gotta have Snap-on or Mac. Whatever, buddy. No, you don't. These other tools work just great, and it's a lot cheaper. All right, so this is the front corner. Put it up kind of where I want it to be. I scribe a line. Scribe a line like that. The razor blade, so you can see the line. And I'll cut just below that. So I like to overlap this onto that. I don't butt it up too, because it just doesn't do as nice a job. Now you can butt it up against it, like that piece, put the piece up to it, make it perfect. But behind it, you want to have a plate behind the two pieces so they fit flat. A lot more work. So then you just drill there, put the plate behind it, drill holes, spot weld this plate that's behind here together, put your other piece over it, and weld across. You can do it that way. This is just kind of an easier way to do it. I've been doing it like this for so long. I've seen a guy do it this way, and I'm like, you know what? It's just as good. Instead of going through all of this other step here. It's quicker, too. So the other thing is, usually I don't use the whole piece. This thing, I'll cut it. Say I only need part of it. I'll just cut to where my thumb is, cut the top piece off, and use that. But in this case, I have rust all the way up to here, so
What's going on, Mr. Tim?
I'm doing that. Cutting all the way to there. Mr. Tim's fine. A little rusty. Woo! Rusty. All right. These are the panels for the Cadillac Escalade. What I'm doing is the inside of them. I'm scuffing them with this red Scotch pad. Getting them all scuffed. I'm going to paint the whole inside of this because this factory edge primer is not good enough. So I'm going to sand the insides of these and paint the whole thing. So I already sandblasted these. I cut everything out of there, as you can see. What I did is I painted underneath everything, blasted it and painted it. I'm still gonna fix a patch in there, but I still wanted it painted. Right down inside there, I painted it. So I got some paint all inside there, so it won't rust. Now I'm gonna paint these pieces over here. I'll put another coat on the other stuff outside. So these pieces I'm getting ready. Sanded them all down. I'm gonna spray them with that just to clean them up. I'll put some color on them. Okay, so what I've done, get that all trimmed out, primed up, this piece ready to go on. So I'm gonna slide this. I made a little slit. I don't know if you can see that. A little slit right there. Same thing over here. Well, it's a little different. But anyway, so I'm gonna slide this up underneath there, like that. And I have this over here, cut even. So that'll fit like that. Like that. Even on the bottom. So I'll probably, so this is setting in, so you gotta be careful. So I'm gonna pull this out just a hair. It looks like. So that'll be good. So I'll pull that out to where it needs to be. That's how that piece is gonna sit. Alright, so I've put some oily mixture in there, underneath there. Coated it so it wouldn't get, so it hopefully holds the rust back. Alright, so these are welded on. I'm gonna take this 36 grit, it's a disc, and I grind that flat. Okay, so I've ground up a little higher there. I'm gonna put my fiberglass filler on. This is what I use. because I like it. So I'm going to use this stuff. A little bit of hardener. I'll mix it up and put it on. Put it on like that. Okay, I got my fiberglass on. Just helps prevent any moisture from getting through, a little extra protection before I do my Bondo work. All right, so I just ground all my fiberglass down. Now I got 80 grit on my DA. I'm gonna feather all this out so you can't feel it. And then I'm gonna do my Bondo work, then I'll DA it out with 180. Go like this with 180, and then I'll get ready to prime. And I blow it all off. Get ready. This is the Bondo filler I use. I like it, sticks pretty good. Put that on there now. Mix it till the, whoa, Brian's making noises. Until all the blue's gone. So now I shape it with my 36 grit. The Bondo, 36. I'm gonna shape everything. After I shape it, sanding most of it, I'll go over it with 80. Right now I'm just shaping it. Gets rid of the high-low spots. All right, now I got most of it shaped with the 36 grit. I'm gonna go over it with 80 grit, finish the rest of it off. Okay, now it's all sanded with the 80 grit. So I went over with 36, then I went over with the 80 grit. Now I'm gonna feather everything out with a DA with 180 grit paper, DA, 180, and then I'll put some putty on it. Then we sand the 80 grit scratches out with 180. So I'm trying to do also when I feather this out with 180, I'm trying to get all these scratches out of here. As you can see, they're all gone, okay? Get all these scratches out. All right, so I'm ready for putty now. Over there, all blown off, all feathered off, all beautiful. This is the putty I use because it doesn't gum up when you sand it. It doesn't stick to your paper. Sands really nice, but it's really expensive. Doesn't shrink, doesn't crack, doesn't do all that garbage. Really good stuff. I don't mix it. I go like this so we don't have air bubbles in it. Some people will mix it up. No, don't do that. So I get it so all my blue is all mixed in. So when you're doing your putty on your board or whatever, spread it out, I guess. That way it doesn't get all hot because it heats. It's exothermic. And it heats up faster, I guess, if it's in a clump. I work fast, so I don't realize it, but for anybody who does it slower, I guess if you spread it out on your board a little bit more, it won't heat up and harden so fast on your board, okay? Put it on. Get it on there. Get it on however you want. I don't care. Then you want one continuous motion all the way across. However you want to do it. One motion all the way across. I see a little thing I don't like. One motion all the way across. Don't start and stop in the middle of it. You can put it on that way, but don't finish it that way. You want one continuous motion, front to back. You can get it on however you want. It doesn't matter. It only matters get it all on there. One continuous motion. Do not stop halfway. Do not pass go. Front to back, all the way. That's good enough. So something I do is I take this up inside here, just so all this putty, after I'm done, I can just peel it right out. It'll be clean as a whistle. Otherwise you gotta sit in there sometimes and dig it all out. It's a pain in the butt. So that's it. I'm sanding that with 320 so I can prime it. I'm just about to, this is all taped up kind of, so I'm going to prime this, and I just put some edge primer on the bare metal spots here, and I'm going to prime this as I sanded everything with 320 up above. I scotch padded it, so I'm going to do some primer, and then tomorrow we'll get it ready to paint. Okay, so along with my quick tutorial this week, so that's my primer. I spray this on afterwards, guide coat, so I can sand out the orange peel, and we'll see how that looks. And then, so I sand it out with 320 grit paper, wet sand it. I wet sand this, yes. And then I put more guide coat on, and then I wet sand with 600 grit paper, and then I'm ready. Then I'll scotch pad this panel with like a gray pad and some scuffy stuff. Didn't mean to give everybody a finger that right there, but okay, bye. Okay, so also, this panel that's on, I just take my scotch pad and I scuff up this edge here all the way around, and I'm gonna seam seal all that with my trusty seam sealer so no water gets in. My seam sealer stuff. So I'll put that all in there. So no water, it just prevents water from getting in the seam. You know what I mean? You can't just put the panel on and leave it there, because the water will just get in there and ruin it. So I put seam sealer in there. It seems to work pretty good that way. I've been doing it for so long. Also, I use this stuff, Semsolve, my another product. So you get seam sealer, I get seam sealer all over the place here. I spray some Semsolve on there and just, it depends on if you want to do a really nice job, so that, you know, see it cleans right off. So that'll just clean that off so it'll look nice. So when I paint it, it'll all look like it was not touched. This is the Body Boy way. So a lot of guys say, oh, just DA it, don't wet sand it. So I'm only gonna DA this part. So you can see that. See the peel? I'm only doing this on a flat surface. So there's the peel. We're trying to get that out with the 320. And then I'll guide coat it, and then we'll just sand all the 320 scratches out with 600. All right, so I'll show you more wet sanding later. The DA I'm using for the 320 to sand this, it's a finished DA. It just kind of jitterbug-like, whereas a regular DA, I don't know if you can see that, it really moves around more. So I'm using a finished DA to sand this, just so you know. All right, so after I seam seal everything inside, I'm gonna hit it with this. Bam! That stuff. So I'm gonna spray inside there to undercoat everything, clean it all up. That way, actually, when you tape it up to paint, tape likes this. It does not like the seam sealer. It won't stick to the seam sealer. But when I tape it up, tape likes this. Okay, I'm gonna spray all this inside here, inside my edges there. So that everything's all nice and sealed up and coated and everything. And that's it. So I'm trying to get a sharp line. Oh, that's okay. Anyways, so I keep dropping stuff. Dropping everything. Anyway, so my line here is off a little bit right here. So what you can do is get some tape. Well, first what I did, I found out it was at 320. I just kind of went across the sharp edge of it so I could find my line. And I noticed it's off a little bit right there. So, which I knew before. So what I do is I just take this and bring this down so I can see that's how much I gotta fix on it. That much. So then I can just sand. I put a little extra primer there because I knew it was bad. And you can just sand against the tape and get your line back. That's how you do it. Pretty neat, eh? 320, it comes in a big sheet. I fold it into thirds, fold it, take it like this. So all you're doing is just lightly sanding this. I fold this up like this, because when I sand it, I'm gonna wet sand it just to get the scratches out. I just do it by hand. I fold it over a few times. That way I don't get finger marks in it. And all we're doing is just taking out the guide coat, just so it's nice and ready to paint. That's it. That's all we're doing. Do that, and then it's ready for paint. That's it. Well, almost. You got a Scotch pad. This with some scuffy stuff. You're like, what's scuffy stuff? This scuff paste. I use this because it cleans everything off. Pay no attention to that. Stuff's falling out because I'm trying to rush through it quick and show you. And this, it's a gray Scotch pad. I get my stuff on a roll, pull a piece off, use this, get it wet, scuff the whole panel, wipe it down as you go, and your panel's ready to paint. Okay, we're back, and thanks for watching. Got my memory card here. Just so you know, we filmed this right after we did the intro. So you're like, well, he's in the same spot as the beginning. That's why! Not that I should probably tell you that, but anyways. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, pause, fast forward, rewind, hit all the buttons, all the icons, hit them all. Just go ding, 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 hit them all. Anyways, eject, don't forget to eject. And share the video. Share the video. That would be great. Get so more people can see it, and I think you should share the Frank videos myself. This one, if you want to see how to do stuff, that's fine. But I think the Frank videos are funny. You'll see me screw up. Watch those things. That's the whole series on that. Thanks for watching. Bye.